Just look around you for a second. You probably see a desk, a cup, a phone. They seem, well, simple enough. But what is it that actually makes them things? I know, it sounds like a kid's question, right? But believe me, it's a puzzle that has tied philosophers in knots for centuries. And today, we're going to try and untangle it.
All right, let's take something simple, like this apple. What truly makes it an apple? Is it just its redness, its sweet taste, its round shape? I mean, if you could change all of those things, would it still be an apple? Or is there some kind of invisible essence of apple hiding at its core? This one simple question, it opens the door to a massive philosophical debate.
So to try and solve this whole puzzle, we're going to look at 3 competing ideas. Each one offers a totally different answer for what an object, like our apple, truly is.
First up, we've got bundle theory. And honestly, it's the most straightforward view you could imagine. This theory says an object is nothing more than a bundle of its properties. So for our apple, there's no secret ingredient. It's just the collection of redness, sweetness, roundness, and crunchiness, all bundled together in one place. That's it. The apple is its traits. End of story.
Okay, so next up, substrate theory takes the complete opposite view. It says there has to be something that has all those properties. The best analogy is like an invisible pincushion. You have this hidden, totally featureless core, that's the substrate, and all the properties, like red and sweet, are just pins stuck into it. You can never ever see the cushion itself, only the pins.
And then there's our third contender, substance theory, which kind of tries to find a middle ground. It suggests that every object has a core essence that defines what it is. For an apple, that essence is simply being an apple. Its color, its taste, its shape, those are all just different ways of expressing that fundamental appleness.
So let's just recap the 3 views real quick. Is an apple just a bundle of traits all tied together? Do those traits stick to some hidden, unknowable core? Or is the apple defined by an essential appleness? 3 very, very different answers to the same simple question.
Now, I know these theories can feel super abstract. So to make it a little more concrete, let's see how one of them, substance theory, was used by one of history's most famous thinkers, René Descartes, to build his entire picture of reality.
So Descartes developed this incredibly powerful idea called Cartesian Dualism. His central claim was that the universe isn't made of just one kind of stuff, but 2. He argued that minds and bodies are fundamentally different substances, each with its own unique and defining nature.
For Descartes, it all boiled down to 2 fundamental substances. First, you've got the mind, and its only essence is thinking. It's not physical, and it doesn't take up any space at all. Then you've got the body, and its only essence is extension. It's purely physical and takes up space. And here's the kicker. They are complete opposites. A mind can't have a physical location, and a body can't think. And this is just a perfect example of substance theory in action, right? Descartes defined 2 core essences, thinking for the mind and extension for the body. Everything else we experience, like believing, doubting, moving, or having a shape, are just different expressions of one of those 2 fundamental substances.
But, and this is a big but, this really elegant separation of mind and body creates a massive problem. I mean, a huge one. It puts it in direct conflict with a core principle of modern science.
That principle is called the causal closure of the physical. It's a bit of a mouthful, but the idea is actually super simple. It just says that if something happens in the physical world, its cause has to also be in the physical world. A billiard ball moves because another physical ball hit it, not because of some ghostly force.
And this is exactly where Descartes' idea hits a brick wall. Think about it for a second. Your mind, which he says is non-physical, decides to raise your arm. That non-physical thought somehow has to cause your physical arm to move. So a non-physical event is causing a physical one. And right there, that core scientific principle of causal closure is broken. This leads us straight to the single biggest challenge for dualism, a puzzle so profound that it remains a central debate in philosophy today. The famous, or maybe infamous, interaction problem. I mean, if the mind has 0 physical properties, no location, no mass, nothing, and the body is purely physical, how in the world can they possibly interact? How does a ghost push a lever? This deep mystery is exactly why critics have called the dualist position fundamentally unintelligible. And that's the question we're left with, isn't it? It's the classic ghost in the machine problem. Descartes' powerful theories solved one puzzle, but created an even bigger one about our own existence.
How do our thoughts actually move our bodies? It's a question that science and philosophy are still wrestling with today.